Okay, so my cumulative event is on Donald Trump's tweets, and I'm about to present to you his iconic once deleted tweet. If you guys could read that. Okay, to be specific, he didn't exactly say this, type it out. He retweeted it from this dude, mplefty67, but he quoted it, making it seem like he did tweet it. So it was once on his timeline, but he deleted it after he became elected. Donald Trump has a tendency to delete a lot of his tweets because he gets a lot of backlash and it doesn't look so good on for him. And so, moving on, a lot of his tweets could be contradicting. For example, please hold. Oh, okay, so going to illegal immigration, he said that Mexico's southern border is very weak this year. But then he goes on to say that Mexico's border control is very strong, like literally the next day, and talks about NAFTA, which is the North America Free Trade Agreement, and that's an agreement between Canada, U.S., and Mexico. So they could like trade with each other, boosting their economy. And he talks about that, saying how he might break the deal with Mexico because he doesn't like how it allows immigrants to go from Mexico to the U.S. And at first that didn't make sense to me because I'm like, it's just a North Trade Agreement. How does that relate to illegal immigrants? I've done some research, and in 1990 or 80, there was farm workers in corn crops, and they lost their jobs because America was actually making more production than they were, and so they migrated to the U.S., establishing strong jobs and then creating families, so that gave them their citizenship. When he says illegal immigrants, like to keep them out, I understand where he's coming from because some of them can be bad, but at the same time there's also bad people in America here, and so he can't really just like ban all foreign people because I don't know if you guys ever heard this quote, America the land of opportunity/freedom. So it doesn't really apply or isn't relevant today because of our president. And the only reason why most immigrants come to America is to have more opportunity, to get a better life. But just because of a few people that are terrorists from other countries, he makes the assumption that all illegals are bad people. So my next topic is Kanye West, the hot topic, Kanye West and Donald Trump, like being Mr. Levingood talked about yesterday. So basically it all started off when Kanye West was ranting about life, and he brought up Donald Trump being a controversial person he is. So a lot of people were like mad at him, like, how could you support Trump? You're black. He doesn't really support people of color. And so people missed the point. He said later, like, he's not even political. His point was that he loves Trump's bombastic personality, like his uniqueness, like how his thoughts are not like everyone else, which is Kanye's type of personality. Like, you never know what they're going to do. They're erratic. And so that was his main message. And it even involved his wife saying, like, you guys shouldn't be bashing on him. I thought we could have freedom of thought and speech. So that's the Kanye West topic. And then moving on to...
What did Kanye West say that was controversial?
He said, I love Trump. The mob can't make me not love him. we both have dragon energy.
Dragon energy?
Yeah, that's what he said. Then,
I think he's talking about his old draft.
and then 2 other sentences I forgot. And so that's that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and then Donald Trump responded saying, "Very cool, thank you, Kanye." Oh, this also led to his new song.
Rise Up.
Yeah, he made a song about it with T.I.
Should we play it?
Can I play it? I don't have it. I don't have it.
Well, didn't Kanye, I
It's
think yesterday he was on TMZ,
2 days ago.
2
Oh,
days ago?
Slavery was a
Yeah.
was an auction.
Yeah, he was trying to claim that slavery was a choice,
Yeah, I didn't hear that part.
which is the way he's thinking. He's, you know, a free thinker, free thought.
I
Well, when
disagree
you think
with
of
that.
it another way, those black people, they could have fought, because my mom even told me, like, people in, like, Europe and Northern Africa, they were making buildings and they were doing progressive in their life. And my mom said that all they did in Africa was sit around and clap and dance over a fire, and that they could have done something more productive with themselves. Like, they could have, like, they had swords. They had, if they can kill a lion, why can't they kill the white man? Like, it's like so like sad. Like, you know, I see where he's coming from, but I also see it's not a choice. I mean, like, they were scared of guns. Like, they didn't see these things in their country. So you gotta think of it as both ways. Like, they could have fought, but they were also scared. So you gotta think of it in both ways like that.
But then again, he went off his meds.
That has nothing to do with what he said.
Um,
That has nothing to do, like, meds. He didn't say anything about his meds. I mean, he did talk about opioids, but that has nothing to do with slavery. We're talking about slavery, Susie, so let's get
no,
on
but
the
he
track.
was on like depression medicine, anxiety. Like he said that after he got released out of the hospital, he was on like 7 different medications for his
That has nothing
health.
to
Okay,
do
all
with
right.
slavery.
Okay,
Okay,
let's go back
let her
to,
do her
has
presentation. Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
to do.
Sorry.
let's go back to another topic involving Donald Trump's tweets. So he discussed Syria. As you guys know, the president of Syria is using chemical weapons to kill his own people, and so Trump wants to stop that from happening, and so he's kind of involving us and putting us in jeopardy of being in, like, I don't know, some hostile war between Syria. And so he plans on firing some missiles, nuclear, but then his own administration didn't even know that. So they later had a conference like 2 days after with the National Security Group, and it said that one of the people in that group controlling, like, whether you could have an affair with another country, that's not certain if they're actually going to go through with it. So basically Donald Trump, like, said something and it might not even happen. Going into another topic, which is his own administration. He's fired a lot of people as of 2018, and the only reason why he's done that is because, yes, he doesn't like other people's opinions, which is kind of bad because he needs, like, to hear other people's thoughts to, like, compromise and think, oh, that's reasonable, not just his own Republican ideas. And there's this one girl, Brenda Fitzgerald, was fired. No, she resigned. So a lot of people resigned because they don't like Trump, and then a lot of people were fired. Brenda Fitzgerald was the director of the CDC, and she kind of resigned because she was, like, embarrassed because she did a hypocritical thing. One of the CDC's goal is to prevent and discourage smoking, and what she did is she bought tobacco stock from Japan, and so, like, that was kind of hypocritical of her, so she decided to leave, and that's about it, I think.